that everyone is requesting on all their video channels they have now? Well, if you haven't seen it, here's just a sample for you. Creepy cat is the feline that we're talking about. Never shows a smile, grin, chuckle, just a pout. Looks like it was assembled though with different parts of cats. In Frankenstein's lab, I think you know about that. There you go. In honor of Halloween, of course, a creepy cat video. If you are chomping at the bit to see the rest of that, you can check out the full version on Instagram or Twitter. It is well worth your 1 minute. Literally, it's about 1 minute long, so not a big time commitment going on. Shout out now, shout out time from Instagram. Weston Reap says, I just turned 13. A new teenager in the world. Weston, happy birthday from all of us here at the Cashshow. You were an official teenager. Things are going to get very difficult, but it'll be well worth it. Shout out to Cheyenne Beaches. She tweets, my amazing best friend is turning 30. Could you please give her a birthday shout out? We play the Cashshow together every night. I might get punched for this, but it's well worth it. Happy birthday, Veronica. Please don't punch Cheyenne too hard, okay? She clearly loves you. I like how it said, don't punch her too hard. You can punch her, just within reason. Now, if you're new to the game, here's how it works. Join in on time. How do you do that? You turn on your push notifications. Keep your app updated. Super important for that. And remember, if you have more than one extra life, that's great, but you can only use one at a time. Save the rest for future games. And after our final round, stick around because we have Lucky Spin. This is where you are guaranteed a prize to help you win even more money, more cash here on the Cash Show. Speaking of the Cash Show, let's play the Cash Show. It's live. We're having a good time. We're starting with number 1. Which of these elements is not a metal? Silver, helium, or gold?
B.
And now, before we talk about which one is not like the other, let's talk about what they have in common. These 3 elements share a home on La Table de Periodica. Or, periodic table if you want to be not so fancy. And the odd gas out is, drumroll please, helium. Helium is not metallic, but is one of the group of elements on the periodic table that are known as the noble gases, so called because of their relatively low levels of chemical reactivity. So, a quick tip here, if you want to appear noble, just don't react to anything.
What? House burned down.
Is that all? That's all you have to say? Fine, no big deal. By the way, sorry about that. Here we go. Here's some. Thank you. All right. Number 2. Which animated superhero family was the subject of Pixar films in 2004 and 2018? The Astonishing, The Unbelievables, or The Incredibles? Although a sequel was proposed following the success of the first movie in 2004, the writer and director held off on putting his ideas into production until he was certain that the second movie would be even better than the original. Quality over quantity. I like that. Your answer is The Incredibles. If you got that right, you like it as well. Once again, we hear from Honey Best, she's the wife of Lucius Best, Frozone, from off screen. Now, despite the fact that she was fully designed as the character, so since we didn't see her, but she was designed and all put together in the Incredibles movies, she was used for a different movie. You see, they kind of recycled her, but they didn't because they didn't use her at first, but it sounds good to say that you recycle something. Question number 3. Which computer program is used to edit digital picture images? SoundForge, Audacity, or Adobe Photoshop?
Is it Photoshop?
What would online dating profile pictures look like without a bit of this digital magic? Probably pretty frightening. Now, created in 1988 by Thomas and John Knoll, this has become an industry standard digital editing tool for graphic designers, and that answer is Adobe Photoshop. Now, I know this might come as a shock to some of you. You guys might be surprised by this, but things are not always as they appear to be on the internet. I know, shocker. Well, welcome to a new segment we call Photoshop Fails. So in just a second, you're going to see 3 Photoshop fails. Let's see if you can recognize the fails. There's the first one. See the mirror behind him? Not the same as the foreground, right? It looks like she has a little bit of a Sharpie on her backside there. Maybe wipe that off. Oh, and this guy, he needs to see a specialist ASAP because things have gone very wrong with him in his life. In general, I think not just the picture. If you dig deeper, a little disturbed by him probably. But it's all right because we're here at question number 4. Who played Dorothy in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz? Marilyn Monroe,
Julie Andrews, right?
Julie Andrews,
Or Judy
Judy
Garland.
Garland.
Judy Garden.
America's sweetheart, Shirley Temple, was actually considered for the role of Dorothy. That was a surprise to me as well. But vocally, she could not have been able to compete with the vocal prowess and stylings of your answer, Ms. Judy Garland. Now, in the opening Emerald City scenes, they needed a horse of a different color. So the production team created a jello-based tint that wouldn't be harmful to the animals on set. It would not. The gelatin powder worked wonders, except for the fact that the horses couldn't stop licking its sugary sweetness off their coats. Now, know this, gelatin is made up of horse hooves. So they were basically, horses are cannibals. This is what we're learning here on the Cashshow. I have the same problem, though, when I drop something tasty on my shirt. I just, I'll save it for later. Tasty. Question number 5. What prehistoric supercontinent incorporated present-day Antarctica, South America, Africa, Madagascar, Australia, and India? Golconda, Gondwana, or Goblin? During this land area's reign as the southerly supercontinent, the planet was much warmer than it was today. There was no Antarctic ice sheet, and dinosaurs still roamed the Earth. By this time, it was the Jurassic period, and much of the landmass was covered with lush rainforest. That utopia is your answer, Gondwana. The continent of Gondwana was named by Austrian scientist Edward Suisse after the Gondwana region of central northern India, which is derived from the Sanskrit for forest of the Gonds. The other supercontinent at the time is called Laurasia, which is nowadays the continents of North America, Europe, and Asia. Store that for later use, but right now it is time for our prize questions.
But everyone knows Eurasia.
As we head into a new season, just a few reminders. Check your rain gutters for impending rain, organize and prepare warmer clothing, and start following me on Twitter at @Cashshow_Raphael. Equally important to your safety and comfort is to follow me on Instagram at US Cashshow Host. And remember, you can tweet us all directly by using the handle at @Cashshow_Trivia. Before we get into question 6, a lot of people are chiming in, maybe with some Halloween related stuff. The first one, Nick G773, Ohio. I thought that was, it was OH, and I thought that was short for Ohio, but because we have a lot of people in Ohio playing, but oh wow, that sound trick worked. Thanks. Okay, there you go. Just Chicken Pie, the chicken has arrived. Sure. Josephina, 1979, hi from Connecticut. And Stevie, happy Halloween, Stevie, and everyone else. Question number 6. The Thylacine is better known as which Australian animal? Tasmanian tiger, kangaroo, or emu?
Lynn? I went Tasmanian
This animal
tiger.
is to Australia what Sasquatch is to North America, a creature that is often sighted but never actually corralled by deluded amateurs. The difference, of course, is that Sasquatch is entirely mythical. It is? And what have I been searching for this whole time? While this animal was a real marsupial that only went extinct about 100 years ago, that animal is your answer, the Tasmanian tiger. You've heard of the devil, but never his cousin, the tiger. The Tasmanian tiger wasn't actually a tiger. Shocker! It earned its name because of the distinctive tiger-like stripes along its lower back and tail, which were more reminiscent of a hyena than a big cat. Here is a picture of that awesome creature. That just looks cool. When is Marvel going to do a Tasmanian tiger movie? Seriously, as a central character, I think that would be neat. Number 7. The crescent moon on the flag of which of these countries is red? Turkey, Pakistan, or Algeria?
Which one, Lynn? I went with Algeria.
The flag's design features 2 equal vertical bands of green and white with a red star within a red crescent. The crescent star and color green are all traditional symbols of the state religion, Islam. That flag belongs to, your answer, Algeria. The sovereign state in North Africa on the Mediterranean coast, Algeria officially adopted its flag in 1962.
I knew it was.
You're wondering what that flag looks like? Wonder no more. Here it is. Oh, almost. Okay, I love flags. Okay, so I got excited by showing you this flag so that you have the same joy that I have. There it is. Look at that. Beautifully designed. I wonder who did that. I wonder if they can design clothes for me. By the way, I have Comfort Cat here because a lot of people, I guess, got that wrong. So you need some comforting. Some Comfort Cats here to comfort you. Thank you, Comfort Cat. Appreciate it. Thank you for your service. Question number 8. What disease was formerly known as consumption? Hepatitis, cancer, or tuberculosis? Well, this is shocking. About 1/4 of the world's population is currently infected with the bacteria. But thankfully, only a small portion of those infected will become sick with your answer, TB or tuberculosis. People with weakened immune systems have a much greater risk of falling ill from TB. A person, for example, living with HIV is about 20 to 30 times more likely to develop active TB. Now, the historical term consumption came about due to the weight loss as one of the many horrific side effects of that terrible disease. Question number 9. You guys are doing so well. Keep it going. How many books did Harper Lee, author of the classic To Kill a Mockingbird, publish?
Lynn?
Was it 1, 2, or 12?
I went with 12.
To Kill a Mockingbird was not the first book she wrote. Go Set a Watchman was submitted to a publisher in 1957, but wasn't accepted. You are not accepted, Miss Lee. You're rejected.
So only one?
So Lee ended up writing To Kill a Mockingbird. So I think she won. Let's see. Go Set a Watchman, To Kill a Mockingbird, that's 2. And that's your answer, 2. Now, 2012 court papers show that Harper was still receiving $3 million a year just from To Kill a Mockingbird. That's shocking. Harper Lee never expected
That's
to
not at all
have it be
shocking
a massive
because they
hit.
make you buy
Now,
it
there are a number of
in school,
factors that went into this. The
junior high.
paperback boom in America in the 1960s, the subject matter of race in the South in the 1960s, just made a perfect storm for To Kill a Mockingbird. Question number 10. French sculptor Auguste Bartholdi designed which world-famous monument? Eiffel Tower, Statue of Liberty, or Arc de Triomphe?
I know that the Statue of Liberty is French. Was made by a French.
After visiting the Sphinx and pyramids of Giza, Bartholdi fell in love with large-scale public monuments
I
and
would've went with
colossal
Statue of
sculptures.
Liberty.
When the Egyptian government expressed interest in designing a lighthouse for the Suez Canal, he eagerly designed a colossal statue of a robed woman holding up a torch. Sound familiar? Yes, it's because it's your answer, the Statue of Liberty. So about the whole lighthouse at the Suez Canal thing, after attending the inauguration of the canal, Bartholdi was informed that he would not be able to proceed with his idea, which we then, of course, benefited from. Now, I wonder how many hundreds of times the Egyptian government had wished they had gone ahead with it. By the way, who made that whole decision about the statue? Can you call him in here, please? I need to yell at him again. Question number 11. Who was the 100-eyed monster from the ancient Greek mythology? Pythos, Centos, or Argus Panoptes?
Centos?
The meaning of this name is the all-seeing one. Makes sense. Seeing is how many eyes it had. He was a servant of Hera. One of the tasks that he was given was to slay the fearsome monster Echidna, wife of Typhon, which he successfully completed. Good Argus. Good Argus. Good boy. Your answer is Argus Panoptes.
Wow.
Now, there's one rule. Okay, only one rule that you have to know on Mount Olympus. It's no good deed goes unpunished. Zeus, for whatever reasons, had Argus kill Hermes. It was killed by Hermes, right? So Zeus had Argus killed by Hermes, the messenger of the gods. Hermes managed to get every single eyeball asleep, then whacked him with a stone. Man, I sure couldn't see that coming. Again. Now on to our final round. Don't forget that between live shows, we have those wonderful trivia challenge games. So make sure your app is updated so you can take advantage of that. Skip cards are up for grabs during those shows. So if you get all 12 questions right, you get one of those skip cards, which will help you get more money here on the Cash Show because you'll skip right past all of the non-prize questions right to the prize questions. So make sure you update your app and take advantage of our midday or in-between live shows trivia challenges. Also, Sierra 1976, they now believe that the Tasmanian tiger still exists. There have been some pictures recently taken. Yeah, same thing as Sasquatch, but I'm hearing that's fake too. Tammy, 9462. Raph, I'm already in costume every day. So am I. I scare people everywhere I go. Teresa, 1963. What happened to your finger? Did you guys see that, or are you guys seeing what's on my finger? Did you guys see the Band-Aid I threw off live? Yeah, you guys have eagle eyes. I just have this wart thing on my finger. I know, it's on the wrong finger. I wasn't doing that. Sorry, don't do a screenshot of that. You see, it's this finger right here. It's right here. All right, Clover, I live in Oregon. Sasquatch lives. Yeah, probably in your backyard. Clover, congratulations. Take a picture, for God's sakes. Now on to our final round. Here we go. Question number 12. Which law describes the relationship between angles of incidence and refraction of waves passing through a boundary? Newton's third law of motion, Snell's law, or Young's modulus? Even though this person's name is connected with the universal law of optics throughout the Western scientific world, it is known by historians that the same law has been articulated by the Persian mathematician Ibn Saul since the 10th century CE, more than 500 years before, and this is the full name, Willibrord Snellius came up with your answer, Snell's law. He should have kept it Snellius's law. It sounds better that way. Well, you know what sounds really good is that you just won this round of the Cash Show. Yes! Congratulations. I see we have less than 2,000 winners. I'm not going to do the exact math right now. I prefer to see our breakdown. Here it is. This is our prize distribution list. While you're looking at that, Wend Charm. I made it to question 11 for the first time. Congratulations, Wend Charm. Q11 for you. Wonderful job. Next coming up is going to be our winners list. This is where you get your 15 seconds of fame. Take a screenshot. We have 1,861 winners. You guys have all won $1.39 in cold hard cash. Do not go anywhere because we have our lucky spin coming up right now. So stick around for that, and then you're guaranteed a prize. I'll tell you a little bit more about that while those wheels are spinning if you don't get busy. Here it is. So like I said, you're guaranteed a prize, but you got to use that prize by tomorrow. It's all right. We have another live show coming up tomorrow. It's Halloween. You guys can play. If you have kids and they're busy trick-or-treating, you can play while you're walking down the street, as long as you're not bumping into trees, tripping over cracks in the pavement, or running over kids in costume. But please play safe. And there you go. So 4 great prizes that you're guaranteed. Congratulations to whatever prize you got. And thank you for joining us here on this edition of the Cash Show. I'm so excited to be here. I'll be here next week. But until then, I guess be safe and just enjoy your life. And happy Halloween. And be nice to everyone. And Valerie says that her son won. Valerie, congratulations to your offspring. They're obviously very smart. You do a great job as a mother, Valerie. On that note, bye, guys.